Hey everybody, welcome back. We're bringing you a review of the Storm Collectibles 112 scale Reptile. This is the Bloody Edition, so I got my hands on it. Special thanks to Storm for making sure that I get this out so I can review it, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Now, everyone knows that if you've been buying these Mortal Kombat figures, you actually know what you're getting into, but if you haven't bought one, I'm going to go over Articulation for you. This is actually my first Bloody variant. I actually have not gotten a Bloody variant until now, and actually they look really good. So I'm going to go over that first. Now I want you guys to know the blood variation is actually the same figure, just with blood splattered in particular parts of the figure. You have it right here in the gi. You have it inner on the black. You can see the nice blood tones. There's some on the hands and the gauntlets. It's just blood splattered throughout the figure to make it look like he's fighting a long, bloody battle. In Mortal Kombat, as you know, it's pretty bloody. So it's even a lot on the paint and the mask, the side. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So it looks like I'm going to have to track down some of the older ones. So that sucks, but in the meantime, it's pretty cool. Now, outside of the blood, you already know what you're getting with the ninja bodies, but I'm still going to go over the articulation for the figure. So in the initial belief, I didn't know what I was getting into with the Storm Collectible stuff, but the more I play with the ninja stuff, the more I'm very much enjoying it. There's actually plenty of articulation. The heads come out actually pretty easy for you to swap or do whatever it is you want to do. They're interchangeable parts. And even though we've consistently gotten ninjas and no other figures, they all feel different enough that you can enjoy them, which is something I very much like. As far as arm articulation goes, it's pretty good. The gi doesn't hinder it whatsoever. The arms are double jointed, so you don't have to worry about, what you're doing. You're double jointed. The gauntlets are soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or being brittle or anything like that. The arm rotates on the ball joint, which is actually a really nice ball joint. I really like it a lot. Even with the gi, as you can see here, it's soft plastic, so that's really cool. So if you wanted to make your ninja bare topless, it actually looked pretty cool. And there's butterfly joint, so that way you can rotate in and out. So that way now you can see it if you didn't know it was there under your ninja, which is actually pretty cool. As far as the lower body, so please bear with me. I want to point out that these are also review samples, so I've gotten them early. So you're going to hear the ratchet joint. Oh, actually, it looked like it's worn itself out. But, yeah. So there was a ratchet joint before, but I guess it's gotten over that. So, yeah. Man, I really like the articulation on these figures. It's something that there's nothing left to be desired, especially with the ab crunch on these. So what I like to do is, as you can see, it can go really far back. It can go really far forward, depending on how you position it. So there's a lot of fun to be had, especially with these figures. As you can see, I've done a lot of balled up pictures, like where they roll and things like that. And they actually can get into really nice poses for kicks. And one thing that I always have fun with is actually balancing these figures. The Storm Collectible stuff, for the most part, is usually pretty fun to balance. So I've always had a good time with that. So as you can see, the kicking motion, it's really nice. Let's put that in there. And as you can see, you can do kicks really well. Poses actually look really nice. One thing I really enjoy is balancing them. So I'm going to do a quick balance pose. I really enjoy doing these. This is one of the favorite things I like doing because this is a feat in itself. So it's one of those things I really enjoy. If a figure can do it, most of the time it's engineered really, really well and balanced. So as you can see there, it does it just fine. And that's a pretty lazy kick on my end, I won't lie, but they pose really well. So now that we've done and gone over articulation, we already know what we're getting with the ninjas. Like the ninja part of him, let's go over what actually makes Reptile different. So that's actually was going to be really cool. Now, Reptile is actually different because he comes with this cool reptile head. I already took the main tongue out, and the reason why is because I'm going to show you. The jaw is actually articulated. It's really cool, too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a little latch there. A little rectangular one where you're going to place both tongue pieces, tongue A and tongue B. The sculpt on this is really well done. The teeth are bloody, and I'm assuming that's because it's the bloody variant, so the reptile head would have the bloody parts. But Reptile comes with two tongues. The normal tongue, which is about this long, so it's not really long, but the tongue is actually, it's a little softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about it breaking right away. And it places it right up in that rectangular part. Oop. It's actually really, really tiny, so it's not that easy for me to put in. But I'm going to put it in enough so that you can see it there. And it goes in. But I want to take it out because I want to talk about the extended one. And this is really cool. It's flexible. You can actually move it around. It has room for, it's actually nothing to improve on, but there's a lot of room for it to do what you want to do with it. So with the tongue open, it actually looks really cool. And it just pops right on. So you take the head off, make sure the ball joint is still on. You just pop the head right on, and voila. Now you have Reptile doing what Reptile does. And it just looks absolutely phenomenal. It's one of those things where it's used for fatalities, it's used for his tongue attack, it's used to do the spit venom ball, any one of those attacks that you may or may not want to do depending on the various Mortal Kombats. But this design is based off 1 and 2, so yeah. So easily you get the cool Reptile thing. That's something I immensely enjoy and what makes him different and stand out already from the other ninjas. One thing I want to point out, you start off with the Mortal Kombat 2 mask, but with the Bloody variant, you can also get the Mortal Kombat 1 mask. What you do is, you just wiggle it out. No real mouth under there. You just swap it in. Voila, faceplate, just like that. Reptile actually comes with bloody hands, karate chop hands, martial arts hands, whatever it is you want to call them. I just call them karate chop hands. Like my favorite thing to say. He comes with martial arts. I want to call these defense stance or attack stance or anything that's proactively, you don't want to offend people with martial arts. So yeah. These hands are also used for other various things, and I'll show you those in a second. So the more open, relaxed palms, these are going to be used also as well for one of his attacks, and I'll show you that. And then for some reason, they always include the one extra hand for holding something. So whether that be Scorpion's rope or a Noob Saibot's rope or things like that, there's this here. So the hands, you have that, you get the Reptile Slime, depending on the hand you're using. So with the slime, you can actually do this. And it looks really cool on the hands. When he's throwing the attack, he's preparing to attack you with it, just using it. And they fit really well. They're soft plastic as well, so you don't have to worry about it breaking or ripping or getting hard and brittle. These are one of those cool things. I like this. You get 2 of them as well. 1 to go on each hand. Then also you get one for his slime ball attack, which also, soft plastic. I'm a big fan of this because hard plastic ones tend to break very easily. All they have to do is pretty much fall from something and you're screwed over. And I'm not a fan of that. So I'm really a huge fan of Storm making things soft plastic. As you can see, it fits on really well. And it's not like they can't do the attack. I'm gonna do this real quick. This is the one thing I don't like, is that with the ball joints, comes out a little too easily, but it could just be because I have a sample. So as I swap in these ball joints, voila. Ball joints, ball joints. Yeah, I know I sound quiet while I do this, but yeah, it's a little bit of work, but all to show you guys what's going on. Don't want you to make it seem like it's impossible. Now, for obvious reasons, Reptile does it the other way, which is the hands up and one hand down. But I want to show you that it's very much possible. You're going to get the parts to link up. And for obvious reasons, you know that he can do it. But, yeah. For Reptile Slime attack. So, voila. You know he can do it. It's not one of those things that it's going to be impossible. Made it line up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his Mortal Kombat normal head on so I can give a quick size comparison for you guys so you guys can see what's going on. First, I'm going to compare him to the other ninjas. And then I'm going to compare him to other lines that I just happen to have around me so you guys can see what's going on. Overall, I'm really enjoying the Reptile. Like I said, each ninja actually brings out something different, and I really do like that. I like that it's different enough to go, okay, hey, you want this one and you want this one. It's not just your standard, oh, it's just a color swap, guys. Like, I'm really a big fan of that. So even though body-wise, they are particularly all the same, which is cool, they come with the accessories enough that make you go, okay, this is different, and I want this one because of it. When people saw Reptile, they immediately wanted Reptile because, well, people like to buy toys. So these are what these guys look like standing together. I think they all look really good. It's almost like having your own team of Power Rangers, really, if you want to call it that. So these guys are really cool. I like it a lot. I'm prepared to collect all of them. This is what it looks like next to Storm Collectibles Hot Ryu. Here is what he's like next to a Mezco Punisher. And I know Storm used to call it a 1/12 scale, but they are more 1/10. And I'm actually okay with that because they still look really cool compared to just other stuff being out. So when you put them next to the other things, they actually look really cool. That's it next to a Mezco Punisher. This is it next to a Marvel Legends Sam Wilson. This is it next to a Figma Deku. This is him next to an icon, John Stewart. What's next? Oh, oop, Goki fell down, so I'm gonna compare him to him anyway. This is him next to a Kamen Rider Skull, and this is him next to an AI Ninja. Real quick, since Goki fell, what I'll do is I'll compare Goki as well, since he's in there. So Goki's actually a gigantic monster compared to everyone else. He's big. So yeah. Overall, really enjoying it. The line has been absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, there's some issues here and there with people. That comes with learning from your style. Hopefully, you guys stick around with it. And if not, hope you enjoyed what you got so far. In the meantime, I hope you found this informative. I hope you found it good. And I hope you're drinking your water. Do good. Be good. Later, guys.